What's up, viewers? In this video we're going to be replacing our rear turn signals. What's up, viewers? In this video we're going to be upgrading our rear turn signals for the 5th generation Toyota Rav4. This video is sponsored by LastFit, who have provided me with the bulbs that we will use in this video. As a reminder, my Rav4 is the 5th generation Toyota Rav4 Adventure. We are in the 4th year of this model year lineup, starting from 2019 all the way through 2022. And while I don't think the light bulbs have changed from year to year within this 5th generation family, you may want to confirm that these light bulbs are compatible with your vehicle. The bulb we're going to be replacing with LED ones is right here. It's the one that's blinking. It's your turn signals. I recommend you use it. In order to do that, we need to access the socket on the back, which requires us to remove 2 screws and then slide this thing forward. There's just a bunch of trim clips holding this in place, but it should be pretty straightforward. You will have to use some muscle to kind of get this out because it is a very tightly installed. There's a black cap right here. Usually in the fall, a lot of leaves like to accumulate, so you kind of just pull this off and then you do some cleaning. It's only held in place by a few clips. It's very easy to remove. You can also go ahead and wash this while it's uninstalled. But we have 2 bolts right here that we're going to get some tools to unscrew this and then slide this out. This is a Japanese vehicle, so you will want yourself a metric toolkit. So this is a 10mm socket. I'm going to add an extension to it. And then onto the, I don't know what this is called, the wrench or something. And then we're just going to unscrew these guys over here. These are threaded bolts. You have one up over here and one down here. Once you have both bolts removed, we're going to try to pull this out. There's no good way to remove this. You just need to use a lot of muscle and make sure you slide it out the vehicle, not pull it to the side. You want to pull it with the vehicle. And then as you're pulling it, you want to make sure you don't rip it out, because there is a cable tied to the bulb here that you want to make sure you don't tear apart. Okay, it's gonna take some time. Let me figure it out. Okay, so I got it pulled out. You can see the cable that is tied to this. So you want to make sure you don't tear it out. As we look closer, you can see the trim clip over here. This is in fact metal, and it goes inside of here, which holds it really tight. There's also a trim clip here held by this. And then over here on the bottom, there's 2 clips as well, gripping to something over here. So a handful of trim clips holding this in place, but at the end of the day, you want to slide it out and not pull it in this direction. Otherwise, you'll never get it out, really. You just want to slide it backwards. And then keep everything close together. Right over here, I believe, is with the bulb that we want to replace. This one being part of the clear lens over here. I'll use my fingers here to twist and pull this out. And here's your bulb. I'll pull it out. You'll notice that there is one conductivity wire on the right side that makes contact with the metal contacts inside of the socket. So we'll confirm that the bulb looks like this to make sure that it will fit. So here's a side-by-side comparison between LastFit and the Toyota halogens. These are also made by Toshiba. So you have your metal contact on the right, just as you do with the LastFit. Here's a size comparison between the two. Very different, obviously. So I'm going to go ahead and just slide this inside of that same socket right here. And then I'll place it back inside of here. This is what it looks like once it's installed into the socket. Then we're going to run this down into the hole and then twist it into place. In the housing of our lens over here, there seems to be a sensor located right there. Might have to do with collision detection. If you are to get hit from the rear in this angle, something would sense it and maybe deploy the airbags. Not too sure. We have some gaskets over here, or weather seals, I'm not sure what you call them. You can remove it, maybe run some more wires. Maybe it's part of a package that I also didn't purchase. Then over here you have your other lights, your brake lights, and maybe some other light, I'm not entirely sure. Then you have these guys here, which if I remove one, it's just some rubber seal. Doesn't look like there's anything in here. Maybe it's part of a package that I don't have, and that's okay. That's essentially really it with this. So really just gonna undo everything we did. I'm gonna go ahead and clean up a little bit over here, some of the dirt. We're gonna take this and just slide it into place, making sure our contact points are in alignment and that these two holes up here are aligned with the holes over here to put the screws back on. Now, if you want, this is the perfect time to apply tint, either plasti dip it or a film, so you can smoke this or darken this. Might be something I do in a future video. We'll take a look. Okay, so that is in. I'm gonna go ahead and screw these guys back, and then we should be done. This is what it looks like with the last fit. You can almost make out what the bulb is. Yeah, you could practically see the brand of the bulb in there. It's very, very bright. If we go to the one by Toyota, the halogen bulb, it's definitely not as bright. You can definitely see the difference from a distance. Let's see how much that one just takes up the entire lens. This one, not so much. And we'll take a look at night to see how it compares. And this is what you can expect at night. Obviously the left one is much more brighter compared to the halogen bulb on the right. So you do have more visibility to your other drivers.